TomoNews presents Criminal Fails.
Cops seek hapless car thief who slashed his way into Porsche. London police are on the lookout for a brazen thief who slashed his way into a Porsche sports car parked on a busy London street and attempted to steal it before walking off empty-handed. CCTV footage from September 29th, released by London's Metropolitan Police, shows the shameless soft-top slasher on Mill Street in London's Mayfair pulling out a knife and cutting his way through the roof of a Porsche before casually jumping inside and trying to steal it. Several passers-by can be seen walking by as the wannabe thief tries to get rich quick, although none of them attempted to challenge him, probably because he had a big knife. After failing miserably, the disgruntled goon then jumps from the car, landing on the tail fin before wandering off. Police said another Porsche was damaged 20 minutes later by a man matching the same description. The suspect is described as a black man in his early 20s. He was wearing a blue jacket, white jeans, and a gray hat.
24 hours ago,
bank robber runs past live news reporter. What? Hello, it's me again. Ryan Lisko told bank employees during his second robbery of Sterling State Bank in Rochester, Minnesota. The back-to-back bank robber made off with $3,000 on Monday and returned again on Tuesday, walking out with $1,000 this time. However, he walked right past Adam Sallet of KIMT News 3, who was reporting live on the heist from the previous day. Just watch.
Tyler, just 24 hours ago, this bank in North... What? Oh, that's the robber. This is live TV, folks. That's the robber, just went by, according to the bank employee. So I gotta go here and call 911. I'll talk to you later.
Just to clarify, that was the bank employee who came running out, pointing at Lisko, who was walking on Bandle Road behind the camera. The reporter later tweeted an update that the suspect had been caught. Lisko was arrested just south of the Twin Cities. He admitted to both robberies as well as stealing his father's vehicle.
Father brings toddler along to armed robbery in Florida. The 30-year-old suspect was arrested right after sticking up a convenience store. Edward Melendez allegedly brought his 18-month-old daughter with him when he went to rob a quick-through mini-mart in St. Petersburg, Florida on Thursday afternoon. Melendez wore a mask and held the store clerk at gunpoint. A witness called police around 1:48 p.m. and gave a description of the vehicle used in the robbery. A police officer saw the car a short time later and pulled Melendez over. Melendez was arrested, and police found a mask, a gun, and Melendez's daughter inside his car. The infant was returned to her mother after a police investigation found she had no connection to the crime. Melendez has been charged with robbery, felon in possession of a firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and child endangerment. Rapper turned bank robber posts video of caper on Instagram. 23-year-old Dominic Alfonseca, also known by his rap moniker Homie Villain, will be earning some serious street cred for his time behind bars as he stands charged with bank robbery. On May 5th, instead of writing his next hit song, he penned a note that he would later give to a bank teller at Town Bank in Virginia Beach. He waltzed into the bank unarmed and without any kind of disguise, just to politely ask the teller for 150,000 bands, also known as dollars. But that's not all. He recorded the whole crime on his smartphone before posting the video to his Instagram account. Alfonseca has said that he didn't commit any crime. And maybe the bank teller was to blame for doing what the note said and letting him leave with the money. He did, however, make off with the cash. But within half an hour, the police caught up with Alfonseca and arrested him for bank robbery. He admitted to posting videos of the incident online, but claims he did nothing wrong in asking for the money. What do you think? Will this incriminating video help his music career?
MaxiPad bandit busted for stealing battery chargers. Earlier this week, a man robbed an auto parts store in Apple Valley, California. And out of all disguises he could have picked, he went with a strategically placed MaxiPad over his eyes. Surveillance footage from the Battery Mart shows the Maxine man roll out of his white Dodge Dynasty, break into the store, and then start helping himself to battery chargers and flashlights. Police identified the man as 51-year-old Gary Victor, and according to reports, believe he was under the influence of something. Apparently, Victor was seen casing the joint with no menstrual pad, making it all too easy for the police to put 2 and 2 together. While this probably isn't the most carefully planned heist, you can't help but wonder how he manages to see around it with a giant white pad over his eyes.
Albuquerque thief takes huge stash of jewelry, leaves behind his DNA and is caught. When it comes to stupid thieves, this guy, Ramon Herrera of Albuquerque, takes the biscuit. Herrera broke into a home in Toanan, Albuquerque last month while the owners were on vacation. And kudos to Herrera, he did manage to find out where the homeowners stashed their jewelry and took bling worth around $250,000. But that was as good as it got for poor Ramon, as he then decided to take the Browns to the Super Bowl before forgetting to flush. And as we all know, robbery can be thirsty work. So he grabbed a Coke from the fridge and drank it. But at least he left an apology note. And as if leaving multiple samples of his DNA behind wasn't bad enough, Herrera also left a flashlight with his fingerprints on, several footprints in a nearby field, and one of his sweaters. Surprisingly, it didn't take the cops long to gather enough evidence to bust Herrera, and thankfully they didn't even need to visit the bathroom. DNA collected from the Coke can led police to the 33-year-old suspect, who they found had been selling jewelry to local pawn shops. Herrera was charged with burglary and larceny, and is now taking his dumps at the county jail.
World's slowest thief ever rides off into the night on top of Winnie the Pooh. Don't we all wish we could still be a Toys R Us kid? This fake Christopher Robin took off into the night on a oh-so-fancy Pooh Bear ride-on kids toy in a shopping mall in Minsk, Belarus last week. As you can see here, he made zero effort to conceal his identity. Are you high right now? Is this real life? Could you be any slower, or are you that stoned? Geez, get it together. Christopher Robin was last seen rolling out, making off with the furry electric beast on May 6th. No word yet if he's chilling with Tigger or up in Pooh Bear's honey.
Fail and fail. Grandpa trips fleeing armed suspect in Columbus, Ohio.
On the ground! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! On the ground! Mother, you're lucky you dropped that gun, man. Boy, you almost got shot. Let's lock those cuffs. I almost squeezed the trigger, man. I did too.
Idiot steals car but finds driver asleep in back seat. In Japan, a man reported that he had been assaulted by a car thief who had attempted to steal his car while he was still in it. The unidentified driver was tired and decided to take a nap, so he parked his car on the side of the street and climbed into the back seat. He left the keys in the ignition and the car engine running so he could keep the heat on. A passerby saw the running car and thought it was an excellent time to change careers and try his hand at being a car thief. So he jumped in and attempted to drive off. The driver woke up and startled the car thief. The car thief then crashed the car and punched the driver, making a run for it. The driver called the police and told them the entire idiotic story.